Good morning and welcome to Stretch Saturday. Okay, let's find ourselves a space and make a start. So we're just going to stand, gently rock from side to side, bring our arms up and down. That's it. Nice, great big movements. Bring our arms up and then back down. Just warming up, just getting all the joints nice and warmed up. Okay. Now we're going to move this and transition it into some windmills. So bringing our arms forwards in great big circles. Stretching as far forwards as we can, as far backwards as we can. Okay, that's it. Nice, big, solid movement. From there, moving backwards. Same again. Just biggest, roundest kind of circles you can make with your arms. Feel your body. See what it's telling you. My shoulders are saying it's all a bit clicky and a bit crunchy this morning. Telling me that I've worked my shoulder out this week. That's quite normal. It's a good thing. Okay. Now we're going to bring our arms out just to the sides. We're going to do the elbows. We're going to go around at the elbows. Great big circles. All in one direction. Same again in the opposite direction. Great big circles at the elbow. Keeping our arms up. Going to turn both palms facing down and turn one palm up and push our body over to that side without raising your feet off the ground. Then turn that hand up, turn the other hand up and push the other way. Reverse it. I've heard someone describe this as being a bit like wringing a towel. Pushing, twisting our arms, pushing to the side. Nicely moving. Okay, bring our arms down. Let's do some circles now with our shoulders. So we're going to push them backwards. Really kind of squeeze those shoulder blades together. Feel that expansion across your chest as you kind of bring your shoulders round in circles. And the opposite direction, when you bring your shoulders forwards now, I want to feel your back expand and your chest compress as you kind of bring in your shoulders round. And again, anywhere you feel that tension, those clicks, a little bit of achiness, and just bring your attention to it so you know it's there. Okay. And from there, we're going to do some shoulder shrugs. So bring our shoulders up to our ears, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. That's it. Nicely done. Okay. And now I'm going to come down a bit, excuse me, into doing some trunk rotations. So standing up, keeping our hands roughly about shoulder height, our arms up. We're going to twist all the way around to the left, keeping our feet on the ground. As far around as you can. See if you can look behind you. And then all the way around to your right. Again, all the way around. And back around to the left. And back around to the right. That's it. All the way around to the left. And all the way down to the right. Okay, moving into our hips, we're going to do some hip flicks. Just flicking our hips from side to side. Nice, positive movements. So really feel that kind of flick as you kind of push the hips out from the left to the right. It would be remiss of me if I didn't say, as I do every time, this is what you do to right your canoe when you're upside down in your boat. Really nice, powerful movement. Okay, now I'm going to switch to some pelvic tilts. So we're going to push our pelvis as far forwards as we can. Feel that stretch across the front of our body. You feel it down your quads, across your hips, across your chest. And then pushing your backside backwards. Really feel it across now the back of your hamstrings, across your glutes. And same again, pushing as far forward as you can. And as far backwards as you can. That's the one. Okay. Bring our knees together. We're going to move down to our knees. Bend your knees slightly. I want you to do some knee rotations. So put your hands on your knees and make your knees go around in some big circles. All around in one direction, and then all the way in the opposite direction. Big, big circles. Okay. Now standing back up. We're going to lift one leg off the ground. So if you need to hold on to something for support, do so. If not, you can use it as an opportunity to do some balance exercise. We're going to do some ankle rotations. All in one direction on one foot, and twist in the opposite direction on the same foot. Now switching feet, ankle rotations in one direction. Make as bigger circles as you can with your feet, and in the opposite direction. That's it. Nicely done. Okay, coming back to our hips, we're going to do some hip rotations all the way around. Great big circles with our hips now, all the way up. As my friend David would say, you're in a box, try and make it the biggest box you can, but the only way you can do that is by moving your hips, and in the opposite direction, all the way around. Nicely done. And then coming back up again, we're going to go into our hands. We're going to do some wrist flicks. So put your wrist out in front of you and just flick your wrists, nice and gently. You've got that nice kind of rhythmic motion with your hands. If you're having a crazy day in the office, try and get rid of all those emails. Turn your palms up. Same again. Now just showing off if you can type like this. And turn your palms back down. That's it. Nicely done. Palms back up. And palms down. Okay. Now we're going to put our hands together, interlock our fingers, bring our elbows together. We're going to roll our wrists. Roll our wrists. Try to get as fast as we can. Faster, a bit faster. And slow it down. Nice and gently. Okay. Now what I want us to do is unlock our fingers, move our fingers one finger across, and interlock them again. It's going to feel weird, right? This is normal. And I want us to go in the opposite direction. What you'll find, and it might not be as easy, it might take a little bit more concentration, you might not be able to go as quickly. That's because we always have a dominant and a recessive side. So we'll make sure we exercise both sides. That's it, all the way around. You got this. Okay, bring your fingers out, just shake the fingers out a bit. Now we're going to move up to our neck, our atlas and axis joints. I'm going to start by just nodding our head by looking down at the floor and looking up at the ceiling. Down at the floor, up at the ceiling. You're not pushing it too much. It's just that natural movement you've got. Bring your head back to center. You just look to the left and then look to the right. Look to the left, look to the right. Left and to the right. Okay. And from there, we're going to try and bring our left ear down to our left shoulder, but keep our shoulders down. And our right ear to our right shoulder. Again, keeping our shoulders down. Left to left, right to right. Okay. Hopefully you're feeling a bit more warmed up now. Now we can go on and do some stretching. So we're going to start off with a chest stretch. So this is where we're going to stretch our pectoral muscles. So to remind ourselves, pectoral muscles are origin points on our sternum, press across our chest, anchor points on the top of our arm. And they allow us to push things away from our body. So you can feel that if you put your hand on your chest, maybe even just tuck your hand just underneath the start of your armpit. As you push, you should feel that pectoral muscle squeeze. So for us to be able to stretch it, we need to go in the opposite direction. So we're going to bring our arms up, make it like an L shape. And we're going to use a piece of wall or some kind of support to provide a little bit of resistance. So for me, I'm going to use this rack, making sure the shoulder and the elbow are roughly the same height. I usually put the foot that I've got nearest the wall in front of me, and I just lean into it. So I start to feel a stretch across my chest. So if you can feel that, when you got it, hold it for 15 seconds. And release. We're going to do a bit of developmental stretching, meaning we're going to do 2 sets. This time, when we go into it, we're going to go that a little bit deeper. Not too much. So at any point there's any pain, you stop. But what we want to do is make sure we feel like we've got that stretch going on in our chest. So I'll find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. We're going to do the other arm now. So exactly the same again. We're going to put the arm up at 90, so the elbow is at the same height as the shoulder. And lean into it and hold that for 15 seconds. And release. And one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. So hopefully you can start to feel that across your chest. We're now going to move into our arms. We're going to start with our biceps. So our biceps allow us to squeeze and allow us to lift our arm up. So what we want to do is take it in the opposite direction. So we're going to do something very similar as we did with the chest, but this time we're going to put the heel of our hand, the base of our hand, against the wall, or for me, it's going to be against this rack, and make sure our biceps are turned to face the direction we're going to stretch in. And the same again, we're just going to apply some pressure to feel that stretch in our bicep. And hold it. And release. And one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, moving to the other arm. Exactly the same again. So heel to the wall, point the bicep in the direction you want to go, find that stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time, find a stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, so from there now, we're going to move on to the back of our arms, onto our triceps. Our triceps allow us to push things and straighten our arm. So if you just put your fingers on there, you should feel it moving underneath your fingers. So for us to be able to stretch this out, we need to go in the opposite direction. So for this exercise, we're going to bring our arm up above our head, bend our arm, then with the other hand, we're going to grab hold of our elbow and just push our arm down. If you're not getting quite enough stretch, just bend. So you almost feel like you're pulling your arm over until you find that stretch point and hold it. And release. And one more time, all the way over. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, moving on to your other arm. Same again, arm all the way up. I'll hold the elbow. Find that stretch point. Hold it. And release. And one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. God, I can tell I did arm day yesterday. Okay, on to shoulders now. What we're going to do is we're going to try and stretch out the muscles along the back of our shoulders. So we're going to keep our arm down. We're going to bring our shoulder, keep our shoulder down, bring our arm across our body. As it comes towards our body, grab hold of our arm, just give it a gentle pull until you can feel that stretch across your shoulders and hold it. And release. One more time. Arm out, shoulder down, bring it across the body. Grab hold, gentle pull. and release. Okay, moving on to the other arm. Getting shoulder down, arm across the body. All gentle pull. And release. One more time. Again, shoulder down, arm across the body. Gentle pull. And release. Okay. So we've got both our shoulders done, we've done our arms. We're now going to move on to our back. So we've got two types of exercise we're going to do for our back. The first one, it's a bit like being a diver. So we're going to bring our arms up over our body, stretch up towards the ceiling to make yourself as tall as you can. Then bending with your back, you're going to try and bring yourself and bring your arms down as far as you can. So you feel the stretch down your back. And hold it. And release. One more time, all the way up. Stretch towards the ceiling. Bend yourself over. Feel like you can try and touch the floor. You'll feel that stretch down your back and hold it. And release. All the way up. Next, we're going to do some stretches for the sides of our back. We're going to bring an arm up, just very similar to like we did with the triceps. Grab hold of our wrist, and we're going to try and pull ourselves over to one side. Now let's stretch down the side of our body. Hold it. And release. One more time, arm up, grab hold of the wrist, pull yourself over and hold it. And release. And the opposite side. So bring your arm up, grab hold of your wrist, pull yourself towards the other side, feel it stretch down your side and hold it. And release. One more time. Arm up, grab hold of your wrist, pull yourself over, hold it, and release. Okay. So now we've done everything we need to do for our upper body. Now we're going to concentrate on our lower body. So we're going to look at our legs. We're going to start off with our quads. So for this one again, if you need to have balance, grab hold of something like a wall or a chair or something, or you can use this as a balance exercise. But with our quads are used to straighten our leg. So for us to be able to stretch them, we need to be able to pull them in the opposite direction. Bring our heels up towards our bottom. So if you bring your heel up, grab hold of the ankle, just pull it towards your bottom. If you don't feel like you're getting enough stretch on that, then just tilt your body forwards until you feel it stretch down your quad. And hold it. It's easy. And release. One more time. Grab hold. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. I'm going to do the opposite leg now. So bring your leg up towards your bottom. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, that's our legs for our quads done. Now we need to turn attention to the back of our legs, to our hamstrings and our calves. I'm going to do what's known as a runner's lunge. This is where we're going to step forwards with one leg. With our back leg, we're going to bend our knee. We're going to point our toes of our front leg until we start to feel that stretch start on the back of our quads, our hamstrings and our calves. And with our hands, just put a little bit of pressure on our quads of that leading leg, not too much, just so you can feel that stretch. And hold it. And release. One more time. Drop down into a stretch. Feel the stretch down the back of your leg. Apply that little bit of pressure and hold it. And release. Turning to the opposite direction. Same again. Point your toes. Start to bend with that back leg pull up the front leg until you start to feel that stretch down your back of your leading leg. Apply a little bit of pressure and hold it. And release. One more time. And that pressure and hold it. And release. Okay. That's looking at our legs being done. Now we're going to head down to the ground. And for this one, we're going to start with lying on our backs. This is a great one for working our lower body as well as across our chest. So we're going to lie on the floor like a T shape. So you've got your arms out, roughly about the same height as what your shoulders are. From here, we're going to take our right leg, raise it into the air, pass it over the top of our left leg, bending at the knee of our right leg. Then as our foot comes towards the ground, we want us to tuck our foot under our left leg, under the outer side of our left leg, somewhere around where your knee is. When you've got that done, keeping your shoulders and your arms on the ground, I want you to continue to twist your body over, trying to get your right knee as close to the ground as you can. For some people, that might be able to touch. For others, that may be several inches away. Just give it a try. As far as you can. Feel a stretch across your chest, across your back. Hold it. And release. Same again. Right leg over the top of your left leg. Tuck your toes on the outside of your left leg. Bring your right knee down towards the ground. And hold it. Opposite side. So send your right leg out straight. Bend your left leg, and bring your left leg up. Pass your left leg over your right leg, tucking your toes underneath the outside of your right leg by your knee, or somewhere near your knee. Continue to push your left knee towards the ground on your right side, having your shoulders and arms kept on the ground. Feel that stretch across your chest, your back, and hold it. Knees. One more time. Over, left side out to the right. Keep your shoulders and arms on the ground. Hold it. Okay. From there, we're going to bring ourselves onto our front. We're going to do some cat-cow. So into what's known as a table position. So your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. And what we're going to do is we're going to feel like there's a piece of string passing through our belly button. We're going to pull that string towards the ground, pushing our backside up, lifting our eyes to gaze at the ceiling. So go into our cow position. We're going to reverse that, pull that piece of string as if someone's trying to pull it up towards the ceiling, arch our backs, pull our head towards the ground as we go into our cat, or as Dave would call it, the angry cat's pose. Hold it. And do it one more time. So pull that string all the way down to the ground. And then push that string again up to the ceiling. That's it. Okay. Right. And that is the end of another stretch session for today. Go grab yourself some water. Have an absolutely super and amazing weekend ahead. Look forward to seeing you guys on Monday for our upper body session. Until then.